What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Want to give you guys an update. Make sure you drop a comment. I will give you my thoughts on it. And it looks like Floyd Money Mayweather versus Miguel Cotto Part 2, a rematch, is being discussed for 2015. Now, me personally, I don't really care to see this particular fight, and I'm going to go expand on that and let you know why. One reason would be Floyd Mayweather only has a select amount of fights left, so why that fight? You know what I'm saying? I think the Marcos Maidana fight, the rematch, didn't need to happen either, but I understood it. The reason that happened is because a lot of people were saying Floyd lost the fight, so it was an easy out to make some money. The first fight was a good fight. It was a scrap. It was rugged, and some people said he lost it, so he could take that easy out by facing Maidana and rob the bank twice, so to speak. So the fight happened. So that was already a waste of one of Floyd's remaining few fights. And another reason, I just like fresh matches. I want to see fresh matches. Make a Floyd Mayweather versus Pacquiao. If that for some reason can't be done, like it hasn't been done for the last 5 years, then I would still rather see Floyd in there with somebody fresh, a Keith Thurman. If Amir Khan, Devin Alexander winner looks real good, and then possibly fight him or have another fight. Like I would love to see, let's say Amir Khan beats Devin Alexander in December, then him fight Kell Brook for an eliminator, since that's a fight that I really want to see as well. And there's a good backstory behind that. Kell Brook, Amir Khan, fight it out, winner gets Floyd. That makes a lot of sense to me. So I just prefer more of a fresh match. Another thing, for some reason, I don't know what fight weight this would happen at, but I don't think it would happen at 160. If Floyd wants to dare to be great and go to 160, then that's one thing. It's still not a fight that needs to happen, but at least it'll be more of a legacy defining moment by fighting a great Hall of Famer like Miguel Cotto at 160. So if it doesn't happen at 160, I don't really want to see it. What's different? He already fought him at 154, the true 154. There was no catch weight. We've seen the outcome. And I remember on the first fight, I was actually out of town. I was in the airport, so I didn't get to see the fight live. I was pissed. And I was on Twitter and Facebook, and people were hitting me up and texting me like, oh, shit, Miguel Cotto's working him. Oh, he has a bloody nose. And I was like, oh, shit, it's like that? He's getting dogged? And then a couple days when I got back in town, a couple days later, I got back in town and watched it, and it really wasn't what people made. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to discredit Miguel Cotto. He had a valiant, triumphant effort. He looked good in spots, but the winner was clear and concise. Floyd clearly won that fight. Now, it was a tough fight for Floyd Mayweather. Cotto showed grit and was really, he looked good. He looked good, but I think it was more so live in the moment. You know what I mean? People have a couple drinks in them, and you're not used to seeing Floyd look even remotely vulnerable. So the fact that he had a bloody nose and stuff, I think that kind of played to the eye test, and people made it out to be greater than what it was. But I thought Floyd clearly won. You know what I mean? It was just Miguel Cotto came to fight, and people probably didn't expect it. So I think it was an initial shock value. But we already seen that. Then other people will be like, I've had people leave comments on my channel, and they say, oh, Cotto's just this refined monster with Freddie Roach. Now, mentally, he might feel a lot more confident, but it's really the same Cotto. He's going back to the body a little bit more, but I don't really, you have to put things into perspective in boxing. Miguel Cotto took a tune-up after a loss to Trout and a loss to Mayweather, so 2 back-to-back losses. Then he fought Delvin Rodriguez, absolutely annihilated him, ran through him, but that was Delvin Rodriguez, a guy that lost to Austin Trout, who beat Cotto. So Cotto did what he was supposed to do in a tune-up in front of his second home of New Yorkers. So that was supposed to happen. You know what I mean? Delvin Rodriguez wasn't supposed to pull the upset. So it played out like it was supposed to happen. Same thing with Sergio Martinez. I'm not trying to discredit Miguel Cotto. He did exactly what he needed to do, but you can't omit the fact that Sergio Martinez is 40 years old, coming off of a long layoff and an injury, and it was apparent that his injury was bothering him. It looked like he had absolutely no balance. So that's not Cotto's fault that Sergio was wounded, but you can't omit the fact that Sergio was clearly wounded. He was a wounded warrior, and Miguel Cotto just exploited that. So that's a great win for him. It's a good confidence win. He set history for Puerto Ricans, but you have to factor in all the situations. Like if he would have did that to Triple G healthy, that's something else. But you have to consider the win. I don't think some people consider the win. They're like, oh, Pacquiao beat Algieri. He's the best thing ever. He did what he was supposed to do given the fighter that was in front of him. So you'll always get props from me for doing that. But I also put it in perspective. You beat a career 140 pounder with no power. You looked exceptional doing it, and you did it better than other people probably could have done it. But it doesn't change the fact of what you did. Miguel Cotto looked great against Sergio Martinez, but you did beat a 40-year-old who, I'm not making excuses, he was injured. It is what it is. So me personally, I'm not too big up on the Floyd Mayweather versus Cotto rematch. I don't think it needs to happen. And if it does happen, I only want to see it if it's going to be at 160, because I don't think it'll be much different. You can't give a guy like Floyd Mayweather 2 cracks at something, and he's already interpreted the data. He kind of knows what he's going into. So I don't really see the outcome being any different. I think it'll be a decision win again, unless it happens at 160. Maybe it'll be slightly different. I don't know, because I haven't seen Floyd at that particular weight. Now, the other issue is the Mexican dates, the quote-unquote Mexican dates, referring to May and September, Cinco de Mayo, and also Mexican Independence Day weekend, and that's in September. So it looks like Floyd might be getting back down from the dates. He said he wanted to fight in May and September, which he has customarily been fighting for a few years now against more or less Latin fighters on those dates. Now, if they make Canelo versus Cotto, I think he's going to back down from that date. And from what I'm hearing, he might fight in April, like the week before the Cinco de Mayo weekend in May. So that I thought that was pretty interesting too, to see Floyd actually back down. I think it's bad for boxing if they try to make 2 mega fights or 2, you know what I'm saying? I think Floyd should back down. If they make Canelo Cotto and Mayweather's going to be fighting Amir Khan, for example, or the Khan Devin Alexander winner, he needs to back down from those dates, because there's no point to go heads up with Canelo Cotto. Not saying Mayweather won't do good numbers, but just don't split the fans like that. It's not needed. And I think Canelo Cotto, it'd be tough. If Amir, it just depends on how Amir Khan looks, but I probably want to see Canelo Cotto more than I want to see Mayweather Khan, unless Khan shows me something really great in December. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Miguel Cotto versus Mayweather Part 2. Do you want to see it? At what weight do you want to see it? Do you want to see Cotto fight Canelo? You want to see Cotto versus Triple G? What's next for Cotto? Let me know something. Drop me a comment. Make sure you like my video. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.